Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Bubby Brister and Friends Fantasy Football Podcast presented by Mountain Dew Baja Blast. No Bubby this week. He's still trying to vote. I guess he's stuck in line somewhere down in Louisiana. Hang in there, Bubby. Make your voice heard. Nick, what's up?
Civic duty.
Yeah, how you doing today?
Doing good, man. Doing good. How you doing yourself?
I'm good. I'm not good. Actually, I lied. I'm 2-7. I have a 1% playoff percent chance.
That 1% still means you have a chance.
I do have a chance. I made a trade today just because I still had a chance.
I saw that. Very, very last minute. That's a GM that always keeps working on his team. You're like the Minnesota Vikings GM. Like, I need to keep. We're losing games, but you know what? Damn it, we're gonna lose nice.
Basically, Deebo Samuel pissed me off after I made that nice trade for him, and Kyler Murray was always just trade bait when I picked him up, and David Njoku I picked up to fill in for Laporta on my bye week. So I just went looking to see who needed a tight end. I figured I could trade him, and I wanted Sam Howell because now I'm just going to hoard Commanders to
respect that.
Yeah, so I traded Murray and Njoku and Debo for Devontae Adams, Sam Howell, and a defense because I didn't have a defense. So that should keep things interesting.
My team is kind of magically waking up now after I've taken all these losses. So I might, if I play it right, if some players play like need to play, I can make a run and probably just miss the playoffs, or I could be the guy that spoils people's playoff chances.
So I'm going to tease your box score real quick. You won. That gave you your third win. You were able to get out of the bottom. If you would have lost, there would have been 4 teams with only 2 wins. That's nearly a quarter of the league would have had 2 wins at week 10 in the season. That's huge for you to get out of that pit. Are you ready for some topics?
Let's do it.
All right. Who had the more impressive week? Josh Dobbs or CJ Stroud?
Dobbs. They said, so report is that Dobbs on the sideline, even though Stroud threw for 5 touchdowns on a Tampa Bay defense that's supposed to be good, quote unquote, but the corner, especially Carlton Davis, number 24, we're looking at you. 3 touchdowns against him alone, and he's going to be their number 1 corner. So, tough day at the office. Even the head coach mentioned that at his presser. But as I digress, CJ Dobbs showed up on the team. He was told he's going to be backup. He wouldn't even practice with the team. He didn't practice with the team. And then when the other quarterback went down, they on the sideline, they huddled around him and said, hey, these are 5 plays that we call. I'm going to call 5 plays. These are the 5 signs I know, and I'm just going to ball. And my man's trying to be a scientist in real life. And he is winning at the game of life here. He can be the next generation Ryan Fitzmagic. I'm telling you, because you play like that, he got a guaranteed contract next year. Somebody's gonna be like, I need Dobbs on my team, because he's you want your bad quarterback to be able to pick up and at least be competitive in a game like that. And my man was out there. His box score is amazing. You know what I mean? In Minnesota, it's without Minnesota having their number 1 wide receiver. Their number 2 wide receiver went down, right? No, KJ Osborne went down hurt as well. So, yeah.
And Cam Akers got hurt.
Yeah, Cam Akers went down. Their backup running back went down. So,
yeah, Dobbs might be starting a playoff game for Minnesota. That would be fun to watch. CJ Stroud, he might be a Hall of Famer. 14 touchdown to 1 interception ratio, 62% completion percentage, which is crazy for a rookie. Houston is an impressive 4-4. They're the best 4-4 in the league. Can you name the only other rookie passer with 400 yards and 5 touchdowns in a game? I could give you hints.
Is it rookie one of all time?
Yeah.
I would say it'd be either Cam Newton or Peyton Manning.
It was in 2009. He was the first overall pick. He's still active. Detroit Lions quarterback.
Stafford? He threw 5 touchdowns? Yep. Oh, that's impressive.
I got a follow-up here. Per NFL research, Dobbs next week, when he gets his first Minnesota start, will join one other quarterback since 1950 to make a start for 3 different teams in one calendar year. Can you name him?
Let's see. Vinny Testaverde.
No, but that's a good guess.
That's a good guess. I want to say Ryan Fitzpatrick's been on a lot of teams, but he doesn't get traded mid-season. He's not that guy.
So you're onto something here. This player has ties to the Buccaneers, just like Fitzpatrick and Vinny Testaverde do.
All right. Is it Bruce Gradkowski?
Nope. Not 2 weeks in a row for old Grad.
I know, but I thought you would probably do that because I'm like, that guy could be do it. Would it be Jeff Garcia?
No, that's a good guess, though. Yeah. You're right.
It was a buck.
Incorrect, though.
Incorrect. So would it be Trent Dilfer?
Nope. These are good guesses, though, because these are journeymen.
Because I'm like, look, these guys have to play for several teams. He has to get traded for 3 teams. You're talking about one guy played for 3 teams one season.
I'll give you another hint. He was a number 1 overall draft pick.
You really got me now. Now you got me twisted. Who is he?
Another hint. He's currently the Buccaneers starter.
Seriously? Wow. Okay. Oh yeah, he did because he played. Wow, it's right in my face, right? It's so obvious. It should be in your face, right? Because he did play for the Rams, Panthers. But wait a minute. I thought he played for 3 teams one season.
1 calendar year.
In 1 calendar year. Oh, see, that's how you phrase it. I'm thinking of football season, and
no. 1 calendar year.
Because I'm like, who would be
Baker Mayfield? In case you're wondering at home.
Yeah. Okay, all right. It's technically though, way you phrase that though, somewhere of them guesses I might have been right somewhere. Because
words matter.
Maybe words matter. You're right.
Next topic, Kyler Murray is reportedly starting for the Arizona Cardinals this Sunday versus the Falcons. His first start since tearing an ACL in Week 14 of last season. Is he the Cardinals starting quarterback in Week 1 of the 2024 season?
No. Long answer, no. Short answer, no. It's just he's not. I mean, I don't even look. It's purely Arizona's trotting him out here to show the NFL what he has, so he can trade him next year. That's it. And they already got to trade him for low anyway, lower than he would. He's not first round value. He'd probably trade for a third based off his contract he has. If they're lucky, his contract.
Think about what Chase Young just went for. NFL trade values is insane. It's unlike any other sport.
But that's different though. Chase Young I know you're a fan, but he's an unproven defensive end who can't stay healthy. That's different. You know what I mean?
Kyler Murray is an unproven quarterback who can't stay healthy.
He's also a Pro Bowl quarterback as well, though.
Has attitude issues also, though, reportedly.
And that's correct as well. So, like I said, maybe a third because he's young and he's super talented. So he could go out there. Arizona, though, I still understand because why would I even do that anyway? Because you run the risk of not killing Caleb Williams. The Giants could just shit the total bed because they're really bad now. Giants are a dumpster fire. Oakland Raiders, I don't know what they're trying to do. Henry Pierce is playing for a head coaching job all while they're pissing away a franchise quarterback. So that's interesting as well. So I don't understand that either.
Yeah, but, Giants, Raiders.
Shout out to Pierce, though, man. He's rallied the team, so why not Pierce?
Seahawks could be interesting.
Seahawks, I don't understand that because the Seahawks team you saw 2 weeks, Seahawks team we saw last weekend are not the same team. It's just weird. I guess every team.
Gino's back in Dobbsville. Like, you know what I mean?
I just feel that every NFL team. I feel like every NFL team drops an F game. Every team, you're like, what are you doing? You're just like, you look at your team like this. This isn't my team. You're watching. You're the fan. You got your gear on. You're totally psyched, and you're like, this isn't my team. What are they doing? You know what I mean? This was me watching several years of watching the Bucks go against the Niners. Every time we go against the Niners, we're like, who is this Bucks team? This is some JV team. They are being ran off the field. This is trash. You know what I mean? So it's just what it is. They played against the Browns, and they didn't show up.
The Rams and Bucks are 2 interesting possibilities for Kyler Murray, too.
Rams would be better, but then I heard Rams would pick Carson Wentz today.
Oh, he's just there to hold a clipboard and throw some.
I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. However, Baker would have showed up last year just to show up, and then what Baker do? Pull up some impressive wins, and you're like, now Baker's starting from our team. If Carson shows up, and starts slinging that rock, man. I'm telling you, okay? Look, Carson Wentz, he comes off as a trash human being, allegedly, in the locker room and stuff like that to people. However, you can't deny 6'4", he's 6'4", 6'5", strong
He looks
arm,
good in a uniform.
highly athletic. I'm not saying all that, but but I'm not saying all that. But what I'm saying is that my man, look, he can play football. He don't play football. He makes bad choices.
Yeah, that's what I mean by it
too
looks
long.
good in a uniform.
He holds on the ball too long. And if this Rams head coach, the way he is, McVay, if he's the whisperer like he is, and he could change him, trust and believe that could be the bridge. Be like, yeah, I revived Carson Wentz from the grave. He's super dirt cheap. Super dirt cheap. We just put him on I'm gonna give him the Baker Mayfield deal next year, $9 million guaranteed to prove yourself, and then they could slide off Stratford because he's just done. They take him out back.
I'm gonna laugh my ass off if Wentz is the quarterback of the Bucs next year, based on like 3 starts down the stretch here. Yeah,
of the Bucs. Oh man, we're in a bad spot. There's a whole new regime in there. Like Carson Wentz is the head coach. Like Bowles is gone, Light is gone. It's a bad situation in Tampa.
So 2 rookie quarterbacks, Jaron Hall of the Vikings and Clayton Tune of the Cardinals, both made their first career NFL starts this past weekend. Do you know the number of rookie quarterbacks to start a game this season?
This season?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me get a second here. All right, so you said them 2. Then you had Anthony Richardson, Stroud, the Carolina Panthers running quarterback as well.
Bryce Young.
Yeah, Bryce Young.
4 more.
It's 4 more? Shit. 4 more? For real? I don't think that many rookies played this year. That's wild.
I don't have them written down.
That's terrible. How are you going to ask me questions and don't have the answers?
I didn't ask you to name them. I asked you for a number.
Your team is supposed to be this good. Your team will have this down.
I asked you for a number, not names. You went down this name path on your own.
All right, well, I guess we have 9 then, because that's what you just gave me the answer. So we have 9.
Oh, damn it!
But I'm like, your team needs it. Your team needs to write stuff down.
7 rookies started in week 9. That's the most in 1 week in the last 4 years.
7?
Yeah, that's a lot. The next topic, Travis Kelce became Kansas City's all-time tight end leader with 10,941 receiving yards. Who did he pass?
Tony Gonzalez.
Yeah, that's easy.
Yeah, it's really easy. That's something. I mean, he played there a long time. I think he's played a little bit longer than Gonzo. He's had a hell of a lot of better. He's had a better quarterback. I don't think he's played longer than Gonzo. But he's had a way better quarterback than he had. I mean, Trent Green isn't, Mahomes. So what you said,
right?
And he's talking total yards too. So it's probably playoff yards too, and all stuff. Tony Gonzalez didn't see the playoffs at all in Kansas City. I felt like he didn't win one. He made the playoffs, but never won any single playoff game.
Now he came close with the Falcons at Patriots game, but
yeah.
Next up, the Dolphins are 0-3 and averaging 17 points a game this season versus teams with a winning record, while going 6-0 with 39 points per game versus teams 500 or worse. Contender or pretender?
That's strange. I would say that I would give them the contender nod.
Me too.
Because it's okay in a sense to not be good against the best teams right now. Because it's just October into November. So it's okay. My reason why for saying that is the team I will point to is the Arizona Cardinals team that went to the Super Bowl once upon a time with Kurt Warner. When it went
lost to Pittsburgh.
Yeah. You know what I mean? That Arizona team was terrible against anybody with a winning record. And they were getting clapped by everybody. But they would beat the mess out of the bad teams. And then I remember it was like Thanksgiving, they played against Eagles, and they got mollywopped. And it was like,
I remember that, yeah.
This Cardinals team is no good. And then they got in the playoffs, and then they just started just burning everybody to death. It was like, yo, the Eagles ran them out the stadium. Carolina, they embarrassed them. It was like, here we go. And it's just, they won Super Bowl, and hell, I think they should have won the game. Other than some bad officiating, they should have won the game.
They should have won the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
James Harrison made the most ridiculous play in NFL history on that
Yeah,
pick six.
Kurt Warner did like one of the worst pick sixes of his lifetime. Stared the guy straight down. So I mean, what can you do?
Yeah, let's get into these box scores real quick. We'll start off with Fresh Meat versus Mile High. Like I mentioned earlier, I lost, so I'm down to 2-7. This was a winnable game for me. I lost to Mile High Salute 116-77. Mile High Salute is up to 4-4. This was bad for me. 77 points. This was so bad, I cut my kicker and added a bye week kicker because I wanted the bye week kicker for next week already.
Jeez, you are a range dropper.
I saw Brandon McManus get cut earlier in the week, and from doing these box scores, I knew he's had a good season, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to lose anyway. I have no prayer here. I might as well just get the kicker I want, not blow a waiver claim next week. I had no one above 19. Ken Walker in weeks 6 and 7 had 45 points. In weeks 8 and 9, he's had 15 points. I lost Cam Akers. He tore up his knee again. Not that that's a huge loss, but I mean, I got him in a trade, and he was trending up. It looked like he might get the Minnesota running back bulk of the work, and yeah, it's not happening now. I had Goff and Laporte on a bye. I was hoping Kyler Murray would start Goff's bye week. That didn't happen. He wasn't quite ready. So I had to add Gardner Minshew to make a spot start with a juicy matchup against the Panthers. But the problem was the Colts went up so big on the Panthers so early, they didn't need to throw the damn ball.
Yeah, that's true. They Colts went to more of a ground pound, like the two-headed monster. You know, McLaurin gave you like 5 for 73. You know, and and T. Higgins. Welcome to the game, T. Higgins. Welcome.
That's what I was gonna say. The only good news for me in this game was T. Higgins returned to form, 8 catches, 110 yards, and 19 points.
You know, you said it all, man. It's not a lot of standard box score because the scores are low, and then the rest of the team is just on buys or they're hurt. They're just out. You know what I mean? So it's just tough.
It was bad. For my high salute, Lamar Jackson, I traded him earlier in the season, so I was weary of a revenge game here. It didn't happen. Only 17 points because Baltimore didn't need him to do anything. That's kind of a problem for Lamar's fantasy prospects this season is Baltimore is going up so big on teams. Lamar doesn't really need to run the ball himself.
It's the reemergence of the Gus bus. Like what happened?
And that new guy, Keaton Mitchell, he had 9 carries for 138. I'm getting him tonight on my number 1 waiver claim.
No, Christian Watson, 4 points, 1 catch for 37 yards, man. It's like he's, a couple podcasts ago you mentioned him and you said he was kind of flopping, and I tried to defend him. This is me picking that card back up and let him know yeah, he's kind of flopping. I'm sorry. I'm like, I tried to defend you a little bit, Christian. I'm sorry. There's not a lot to defend here, man. It's and then he ran with the double biscuit of with Dobbs too. So he's really trying the Green Bay offense, which is a interesting play.
He also has Jordan Love on his bench, so he's got the whole Packers trifecta.
Wow.
Dobbs and Watson combined for 10 points. Who would you drop between the two? I would drop Watson.
Yeah. Watson hasn't proved it, and he's questionable. That's even worse. I'll have to look. Wait a minute. Let's see. Christian Watson, his stat line. Oh my God, he only had 2 targets. Jesus. He only had 2 targets. I guess he got hurt. You know what I mean? Where Dobbs had 3 catches for three targets.
Yeah, they're both bad.
Catches, so yeah, it's a bad. I mean, what's Jordan Love's passer rating? What's he doing passing wise? It doesn't tell you on the app at all. But it don't matter. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
Dalton Kincaid, though.
Brian. Yeah, I had him and I dropped him, and then now I'm watching him sprout, and I'm like, God dang, I should have held out. I had him, and I was like, man, I'm gonna wait for this to hit, and it's I let go too early.
23 catches the last 3 weeks. Yeah, good play for him. The defenses were totally lopsided here. And then Jahan Dotson had a nice game. I drafted him to 78th overall. Glad to see him do well, and at least he didn't have in the lineup against me for it to sting. He made some nice catches. The Commanders are looking good.
Yeah, again, hey, I said it one podcast in the past, but look, Eric Bieniemy, people start putting respect on his name, all right? Because the Chiefs are not scoring like they did last year. And somehow the Commanders, they may be losing games because Riverboat's defense ain't stopping nobody. But that offense, though, is cooking. Sam Howell looks like the East Coast Mahomes out here just slinging the ball around. And if he get an offensive line that can protect him and not let me sack the most, they would actually win a lot more games this year.
Did you have a note on Brian Robinson or anybody else before we move to the next one?
New Orleans defense, 20, 3 picks, 2 fumble recoveries. Like, the media is so high on New Orleans because they had like this one game right here and just like, oh, they're going to NFC South now. I'm like, are you sure? Have you guys not seen the stretch of other games? They play Chicago. Everybody rolls over Chicago, okay? Like, what are we doing, guys? Like, I have no faith in New Orleans this year. This is all fool's gold. This is fool's gold, guys. Chris Olave, he's not as good as Alvin Kamara. He's gone. Like, come on. So
on to the Punishers versus Stealing the Winds. Stealing the Winds lost this one. He had a worse week than me somehow. He's 2-6. He's lost 4 in a row. Punishers snapped a 2-game losing streak. They improved to 5-4, 149-76. Stealing the Winds is officially reeling. The 76 points had to be the league low for the week. He had strong games from Baker Mayfield and Najee Harris, and not much else to talk about here. Zay Flowers had his worst game of the season, 1 catch, 11 yards for 2 points. Chris Godwin, not much better, 2 for 16, 3 points. No Christian McCaffrey and no Amon-Ra St. Brown. They're both on bye weeks, and then the rest of his guys are all injured.
Yeah, his team is one giant infirmary ward. It is bad. You know what I mean? And it's like he was lighting it up at the beginning of the season with these people healthy, and now with them hurt. It's just, and Darren Waller, here we are. Again, we have to apologize to our listeners. We were like, Darren Waller's got to be the steal of the draft. Hell no, he is not. He is not the steal of the draft. It's a bad sign when Baker Mayfield is your best player in your team. And it's just a bad sign. Najee Harris, 20 points is very solid. Chris Godwin is actually the most glaring stat there because Chris Godwin, there's something in I'm a Buccaneers fan, so I'm a little bit the Buccaneers insider on this podcast. There is some beef happening because there's definitely drama in the idea that Chris Godwin and Mike Evans aren't getting enough targets on this team, they feel like, and they feel like Baker Mayfield's not looking for them, especially Chris. Especially like 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, last 3 years ago with Tom Brady, who just like threw the ball nothing but him, it felt like. So it's just, why is this a thing? So Chris Godwin's still in a contract for another season, so he ain't going nowhere. But Tampa Bay Punishers stat line.
He survived Justin Herbert's dud. He wasn't required to do any heavy lifting against the Jets, but only 9 points for Herbert. And then Eckler had 2 touchdowns and 24 points. He's back.
Yeah, he never left. He never left. That offense goes through him. CD, another shit. CD Lamb, another strong showing. Not mad at a CD. I can't be mad at it. 11-91.
Yeah, monster game.
He's catching a high clip.
7th ranked wide receiver, and then he doubled up on Cowboys here. Jake Ferguson was also big for him.
Very big. Jake is like taking over the role of Dalton Schultz, and it's working out really well. So that's good. Baltimore defense played against Seattle, only allowing 3 points, so why not?
Beat them up.
And his bench is a bunch of people that did not play. You know what I mean? It's very interesting to have Jacksonville defense on your bench. That's an interesting keep, especially if you have Baltimore defense. That's an interesting keep.
Yep. Bubby pointed out 2 weeks ago his whole team is like Chargers and Jaguars.
It's an interesting tactic.
And then he's winning. Zach Moss, though, he's about to turn into a pumpkin. Jonathan Taylor's eating his lunch, and he won this game with ATN on a bye. Anytime you can win with your best player on a bye week, like that's the key to a successful season.
That is true as well.
On to the Renegades versus Smash Hawk. So, at one point, both teams were 5-0. The Renegades were 5-0. Smash Hawk was 5-0, and now Smash Hawk is 8-0, and the Renegades are 5-4. Renegades are on a 4-game losing streak. This was a blowout. Smash Hawk 192, Renegades 107. Smash Hawk high points again. 2nd week in a row, 3rd time this season. He's up to 120 high fives. After Jalen Hurts' 34 points, the next highest scorer on Renegades was the kicker at 19. Young Wei Koo from Atlanta. He's the 5th best kicker in the league. 3rd game in a row with double digits.
19 points from a kicker is amazing. You know what I mean? What do you say? Your special teams stat?
Fantasy
Defense,
special teams.
kicker, and like head coach. If you're these year 3 bottom, you know what I mean? If you get 31 points from that 3 positions, it's pretty solid. And taking that head coach position to even happen, and you still got 31 points, that's impressive. So why not? That's a win in my book. Jackson Smith, Nick Jigma, 6 for 6'3", that's something to look out for. He needs to pay attention to that going forward. He's had to replace his tight end, Dallas Goedert. He got hurt.
Yeah.
He's about for some
fractured
time.
right forearm.
Gabe Davis, man, 0 points, 0 yards,
2 targets. I couldn't live like this. I couldn't have him on my team.
It's tough, man, because he
makes Tyler Lockett look stable.
Because Tyler gave you like 2 catches at least. God, Gabe goes from disappearing to like all world, all pro next game, and you're like, who are you? Kareem Hunt went back down to earth a little bit with 13, like 38 yards, a touchdown.
He's dying at running back. He lost Chubb already. He's getting Montgomery back reportedly this week, but he's missed the last 2 weeks, and now Damian Pierce is out. We mentioned this throughout the season that we tagged him as having a elite fantasy backfield, and all 3 of them are hurt.
It's a tough time, DK with 1 catch for 50 yards. It's like, ugh, gosh.
Smash talk. Dak is rolling. I like it when our quarterbacks face each other in reality and in our fantasy league. That's what happened here with Jalen Hurts and Dak. Dak 39 points, 3 touchdowns. He's been playing pretty well.
He's been playing well. Jacobs 31 points. That
best
Las
game
Vegas
of the
team
season.
they're doing the thing in Las Vegas. Brees Hall, we mentioned him earlier. He's a great running back, so you can't be mad at him. Got to feed the ball. Jamar Chase, kind of a quiet game. I guess T. Higgins had the game, so he had to take a chill.
Yeah, I had a note on that. His 2 wide receivers only combined for 17, but who cared? He still scored 192. That's Chase and Rashee Rice.
He has the dump Rice. I don't know, man. I just don't understand the fascination with him. I get he's a Kansas City wide receiver, but Kansas City wide receivers, they're just not trustworthy. I trust Gabe Davis than I trust him. Oh. Yes, I would rather know that it's going to happen because it's tough money. TJ, 7 for 69. Why not? Las Vegas defense mollywopped the Giants. So
yeah. Hawkinson left the game with a rib injury, though. That might be something to look into. I think Hawkinson could clean up, though, with Dobbs as quarterback, especially with Jefferson out.
Yeah, it's a true story. White for Tampa Bay has been quietly putting himself together he's turning into an Alvin Kamara type running back. Not as strong as Alvin Kamara, and he's not as fast as him either, but he's shiftier. He could cut left and right faster, so he could make something out of nothing, literally, and just give you something. His second touchdown was literally just like a 1-yarder that Mike Evans got tagged on a deep pass. He got tagged on the helmet on the 1, and it just ran him in. So he just got an easy 6 points out of nowhere. So it was just good times. White owners just loving it.
He has a good floor.
Yeah, because he has the number 1 position in Tampa well in hand. There's the other running backs run into other linemen in that team, so it's just bad times. And the last 2 weeks now, he's cracked at least over 60 yards rushing. So they're gaining something running.
I just thought of something. So Baker doesn't have the strongest arm, and you were talking about Godwin and Evans. Rashid Weiss is getting a lot of those targets just because Baker can't throw it.
Baker has a strong arm. I never say he doesn't have a strong arm.
I'm saying that.
His accuracy is not. You're saying it. He has a strong arm. His accuracy is iffy. He sailed a lot of passes this season. You know what I mean? I've never seen passes sail like they sail. Where Tom was on the team last year, Tom would underthrow passes. My man's overthrowing people by a country mile at times. You're like, bro, where are you throwing it?
So let's go to your box score. I'm excited to talk about this. This was a photo finish. This is controversial. We've never had this happen in the history of our leagues, which goes back to 2008. This is Buck What You Think. versus dead money. Buck, what you think? What are you, 3-5? I wrote down the wrong record here.
Yeah, I'm 3-5.
Yeah, you're 3-5. Dead money is 5-4. 40. So this was a tie, 183 to 183. The photo finish we got here is your bench had 49 points. Dead money's bench had 40 points. But there's a but. He had 25 points from Deshaun Watson in the IR spot. We've never had this happen before. We didn't know if the IR spot counts as bench points. If this would have came down to a ruling, I would have ruled it that it counts. I believe there's strategy involved in IR bench points. I didn't think it would ever come down to a ruling. I knew ESPN would handle it, and ESPN ruled with an iron fist. IR points do not count.
And I'm happy about it because I woke this morning, boy, I tell you what, if I woke up this morning and I saw that I lost based on IR points, I would have lost it. So I'm like, he's on IR, that means he does not count. He's not on your team. He is in injured reserve. He should not count, ESPN. And I would have lost it. I would have tirade on here today. But instead, I got the tiebreak win. Earlier this year, I lost a tiebreak win. I lost a tiebreaker this year. This time I won it. So it's the first time I ever had 2 tiebreakers in one season, too. I've never had 2
tiebreakers that's crazy.
In one season.
The reason why I would say it counts is because you had a guy eligible for IR in Drake London who was ruled out for the game. My philosophy is I would have placed Drake London on IR and picked someone up. Either I would have looked ahead at my schedule, see if I had bye weeks next week. If I needed a defense, I would have picked up a defense. Or if I'm trying to guess on, say there's a good backup available, like the Cowboys running back, maybe pick him up. And if Pollard goes down, you might have a top running back. So there's strategy involved in using your IR spot. But, yeah, I don't have any problems with ESPN calling it the way they did. Like, your argument is correct, too, that it shouldn't count. So I'm glad we didn't have to make a call on it.
Yeah, thank God.
ESPN does a really good job. We had that controversy a couple of years ago where Dave had put Taysom Hill in the flex spot when he had quarterback and tight end eligibility. And thankfully, ESPN locked his lineup, so he couldn't make any roster moves. Right.
Freeman. Yeah.
ESPN locked the dead money.
Yeah, you dead money.
ESPN locked the dead money lineup, so he couldn't make any roster moves or any ad drops without removing Taysom Hill from the flex spot. And the fantasy football gods got involved, and they made one of his players inactive for 2 weeks. So he rolled with Taysom Hill in his lineup for 2 weeks with an injured wide receiver. I forget who it was. I think it was a Cardinal. Getting zeros on his lineup for 2 weeks. He was being that stubborn.
He couldn't make any substitutions because he had to move that one player, and it messed everything up, and he had to roll with it. And I get it because Taysom was at the flex position. He was killing it. He was making quarterback numbers at the flex position. It was ridiculous. He was easy money.
I got a text from one of his opponents. They were like, "How is this fair?" And I was like, "Well, the website is handling it better than we could. I don't like getting involved with other people's teams, and ESPN blocking him and then adding insult to injury that he had the literal injured player in his lineup was kind of funny. So it evened out in the end where he was really only getting 15 points in his flex spot because he was taking the 0 instead of the 30 that Hill was really giving him. But, yeah, let's get into your team here. What happened? Jonathan Taylor, he was worth the wait.
Jonathan Taylor was worth the wait, man. It's so first we're gonna give a shout out to Fantasy All-Star this week.
CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud.
Top 10 fantasy game of all time.
470 yards throwing. Absolutely dicing up the Tampa Bay defense to just 0. So they averaged 0, which is funny because you started the Houston defense and they gave you negative 1 points, and it's the Buccaneers defense who got torched by CJ only gave it down to 0. So that's
good on you for being patient with CJ Stroud. I was joking you for not having a legitimate quarterback last couple of weeks, and who knew? If this were a keeper league, you'd have to keep him.
I'm about to keep him. Yeah, he would be my guy. You know what I mean? But yeah, I kept Stroud. I was like, I have faith in him. Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna see how this touchdown interception thing will with him. But Jason Taylor, you know, out of IR, out of the doghouse, bell cow again. He's getting carries. His rushing yards were not great, but he made up with some receiving yards, and he gave me a receiving touchdown, which is great.
There's never 100-yard backs anymore. I've been checking on it. We're going to have to come up with a way, this is probably an off-mic discussion, next year to try and bump up the running back stats again somehow without doing it too much. But, yeah, it's pathetic.
Yeah, Madison, I drafted him with bell cow inspiration, and now here he is now. Like, Dobbs shows up, and he has 44 yards rushing. He has quite a bit of yards receiving, and gets me 22 points. Really solid. So I'm like, that's amazing. When your top three people gives you over 100 points, you're looking good. You're feeling good about your team.
He no longer has Akers lurking behind him now, too. And then Jonnu Smith, what the fuck? 5 catches, 100 yards, touchdown, 21 points. The Kyle Pitts guys have to be just stabbing themselves.
And I've been riding the Jonnu Smith train for like 3 weeks now. I picked him up. I was like, I trust Jonnu Smith. Like, I just trust him. Because he's the one receiving the ball. Pitts isn't. I don't know what's up with that. I started Douglas, New England tight end, New England wide receiver rookie, 555. He's a rookie. I like the ball has to go somewhere. So like why not? Tab base kicker. I've had him all year long. McLaughlin's money. He's playing an all pro season. You know what I mean? So this guy is like. It's funny that Tampa Bay got one free agent, and he was the first free agent they signed this past offseason. This kicker, and he's everything. Tyreek Hill, soft game in Germany. I think that fumble would not made us a tiebreaker. He would have had more points if he didn't fumble the ball.
Oh.
He had a fumble in that game, so that fumble cost him. Mike Evans was tagged on the one earlier, like I said, with White, so he should have had that. He should have had 4 for 88 with a touchdown, but he didn't have that. So that was something else. Dip into the bench there. Tank Dell, 29 points. He lit up Tampa Bay. He had the game-winning catch.
2 touchdowns. I don't blame you for not playing him. He'd been invisible for the last few weeks.
You feel like a jerk because I was like, man, do I play him or not? And I was like, eh. And then I don't play him, and he lights up. And I play him next week, and I'll light it all up. I have him and Ridley, who are Mr. See. Now you see me, now you don't. So what do you want me to do? And I have Taylor Heineke with 20 points. Again, I've been waiting all year for him. So it's big.
Big on the bench, though, when your bench points matter, yeah.
So, dead money, though. Derek Carr. And dead money's been – he's been rolling through quarterbacks this year, too. He had Anthony Richardson. You know what I mean? He's been rolling through deep quarterbacks this year. So now he's got Derek Carr, 25 points.
Great move for him to play Carr because his other – option was Geno Smith, who would have given him 4 points in a game where every point mattered. He can drop Geno.
He has Geno and Watson, so he could drop Geno. Yes, it's possible. Yeah. Barkley is consistent. He's the guy who got paid. He's consistent.
90 yards despite the Giants only scoring 6 points. That's crazy. That shows how good he is. He had to be running through 10
the Giants guys. The Giants didn't even throw the ball for more than 30 yards or something. It was something stupid.
Oh, my God.
They had the receiving yards. Them in Arizona threw for the least amount of yards ever. I feel like.
They're not even playing football anymore. I don't know what they're doing.
Rugby. DJ Moore. It's sad times. It's sad times.
Did he
DJ
play
Moore.
him? I didn't write anything down for him.
Yeah, 3 for 44.
Well, Tony Pollard, 13 points. Nothing special here. I don't think he scored a touchdown since week 1, but he's only had one game under double digits all season. And then Derrick Henry, 24 points on Thursday night. And then, get into Dalton Schultz. Then I got a note on the Texans.
Well, let me tell you what. Derrick Henry, though, he's whoever quarterbacks, Derrick Henry going to get his points. I tell you, he's tried and true. Death taxes Derrick Henry, King Henry. Dalton Schultz, though, 10 for 30. 10 for 130 and touchdown. Dalton Schultz looked amazing against Tampa. They couldn't figure him out. He didn't look athletic, but he knew how to shake a man and catch the ball. So it was something.
Yeah, 27 points. He's on his third fantasy team this season. I had actually drafted him. I don't even think I played him. Schultz, Tank Dell, and Noah Brown. It's the first time in Texans history where they had 3 players over 100 yards in the same game.
This is embarrassing. Just embarrassing for Tampa.
Yeah.
Your boy Mark
Good-
Cooper, though, 5 for 139.
I'm sorry, Amari.
Your boy. He's like out here, and he's trying to think about it. He had 139 of Deshaun Watson's 219. Think about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He had all of that. That shows how bad Deshaun Watson is. I'm telling you what, quarterbacks will not get paid like Deshaun Watson ever again. That is not looking good for Deshaun Watson.
He's going to ruin it for everybody.
He ruined for everybody. Predator. Hashtag Predator.
Allegedly. So on to Pit Sweat versus New Day. Pit Sweat 167, New Day 116. Tough loss for New Day here. He falls to 4-4. Pit Sweat improves to 6-2. He's the second best team in the league record wise. All but Kyle Pitts had double digits for Pit Sweat. Mahomes 24. You want more from him, but still solid. Kamara, Swift, and Pacheco combined for 39 each. A.J. Brown finally had a normal game. He still gets 19. Olave scored a touchdown, 16 points. 39 points from the LA defense. This is absurd here. They recovered 3 fumbles,
crazy.
8 sacks, and they returned a punt for a touchdown.
What the hell? Golly. Like, the defense by themselves won the game. Like, come on, Jets. Y'all could do better than that, man. Come on, Mike. You know what I mean? Shout out to Matty Gay, though, in Indy. You know, Tampa Bay, drafted by Tampa Bay. You know, big leg. 11 points. Kansas City defense with 20 points on his bench. That's pretty impressive. You have 2 defenses, and they added up to 59 points. That's almost unheard of.
Especially when me plays a defense that got a -1.
We've all been there, man. We've been there. Chris Olave, though, 6 for 46, touchdown. I remember
That's
going
like
into
his
the fantasy.
ceiling now.
Yeah, it feels like it because going to the weekend, everybody was like, "Big game for Chris Olave coming! Watch out! Here it comes!" People were speaking it up, like they're speaking it into existence. The fancy pundits out there, and it's like, nope. AJ Brown, this is his first kind of slow game in like weeks.
Which is
he had a 7-game streak, so it's like this is his lesser game.
he's Randy Moss.
Is he Randy Moss? Randy Moss is strong. That's strong allegation. Strong allegation. I don't know. I'm gonna go back to that. I'm gonna let that one slide for a second. Let that marinate. What's the name? Tua, 193 and a touchdown. He lost a fumble. He was looking. He didn't look at himself. It was I don't know what was he doing. Let me tell you what. Pittsburgh running backs. Jay Warren, like 17 points. The both Pittsburgh running backs combined for 37 points. So you can't be mad about that. Pittsburgh's run the ball again.
Yeah, that's good to see because Pickett sucks.
Is this last year Pickett is going to be quarterback of that team? He got drafted last year, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Trubisky definitely won't be back.
No, he will not be back. So they're going to bring somebody in next year to push him then.
Pickett will probably be in the Trubisky role next year.
Jesus Christ. Because that's right. Pickett was a first-round draft pick. So he has to like at least 3 years. So after the third year, going to his fourth year, they're going to be like, yeah, turn down your 5th-year option. He needs to wake up. They're going to pick up Carson Wentz next year.
Oh.
He'll look good in the black and yellow. Stephon Diggs, 6 for 86. Stephon Diggs is, hey man, he's a whiner, but he's highly talented.
He's the only one not affected by this Buffalo losing streak, really. Fantasy-wise.
He's not giving you, like, out of this world numbers. His numbers
well, like,
are
as a
very
James
average-ish.
Cook owner, like, James Cook is shit the bed now a couple weeks in a row. Gabe Davis, he's a milk carton. Dalton Kincaid, I guess, is doing.
He reappeared. He's taking
pretty well,
up all that real estate.
To New Day's running backs, real quick, Jalen Warren and Tyler Algier, they're a couple of RB2s in reality football, and they were pretty good this week. They combined for 32 each, and he had Jamar Gibbs on a bye. I'm pretty impressed with New Day's running backs because he's put no draft capital into the position, and he's getting fairly good numbers out of Algier and Warren on a weekly basis.
It's such luck chance, man. Because think about it, man. I thought Robinson's supposed to be number one running back. I thought Robinson's supposed to be number one running back in Atlanta. That was
right.
The main talk, right? And then Robinson is RG running back 3 on that team. How's that even possible?
But that's why you can't call it luck, though. To me, that's smart. It does feel like it, but he drafted Algier and has rolled with him all season. He just outsmarted all of us. And
then Gibbs, he just outlucked. He lucked out Montgomery, got hurt because Montgomery was RB1. He was unstoppable.
My last note for New Day is George Pickens is unhappy in Pittsburgh. He's requesting a trade now. He had 2 points. Yeah, he won't be negative 1 yards. Way to go, George. He won't be the first guy to ruin his career by asking out of Pittsburgh. Just ask Le'Veon and Antonio and Mike Wallace how that worked. I guess Emmanuel Sanders did pretty well. Yeah,
Antonio Holmes, Martavis Bryant, who just got picked up by Dallas today. Let me tell you, Pittsburgh got a history of receivers that are good that hate the Pittsburgh Steelers and want to get out. He cleared his Twitter and Instagram of everything Pittsburgh. I was like, Pickens, what are you doing, bud?
And then they get out and they find out I'm not that good.
In fairness to him, though, his quarterback sucks.
He looks pretty good.
His quarterback sucks. Pickens looks pretty good. His quarterback sucks. So he needs somebody to throw the ball because Pickens gets the ball anywhere gets near. He's one of them guys. He's one of vicinity's guys. The ball gets near him, he's gonna put it in play.
Deontay Johnson though is putting up some numbers though. So come on, George.
That's true.
You got any notes on that box score?
I got nothing, man. It was the bench is kind of empty. Mark Andrews 9 for 180. That's solid. Welcome back.
Yeah, Pit Sweat 6-2. Real contender. Last box score here: Boy Scout Trombones versus Chicken Salad Sandwich. Chicken Salad Sandwich is 5-3. They pick up the win here, 122-108. Bones. Neither team opted for the head coach option, which was interesting. And there was a fatal mistake for Boy Scout Trombones. Deontay Johnson was on the bench over Puka, who is playing without Stafford. If he makes that simple adjustment of Deontay Johnson over Puka, Boy Scout Trombones wins this game 124-122. But what got him to the 108 was Burrow, 32 points, 348 yards. He's back. Mostert scored a touchdown. Gus Bus, 2 touchdowns. But like we said, Keaton Mitchell might ruin the Gus Bus. I declared Gus Bus a league winner last week, and that ain't going to happen if Keaton Mitchell's eating up carries.
Yeah, it won't be. Here, I got to pause for 1 second. I got to go for 1 second. Right back.
All right. Devontae Adams, another dud. Puka Nacua back down to earth, 3 for 32, 6 points. On to Chicken Salad Sandwich. Josh Allen to Keenan Allen is the backbone of his team. Josh Downs is Josh Dunn, 2 points, 1 catch, 10 yards, and 1 knee injury. Cole Kmet, 6 for 55, 2 touchdowns. He's the 5th-ranked tight end, which is even more impressive when you consider his quarterback situation between Justin Fields and Bagent. Ramondre Stevenson, more like Ramonster, 87 yards, 1 touchdown, and only 9 carries, 24 points. On the bench, Miles Sanders, 10 points after I declared him dead last week. So that's it for the box scores. Let's go on to the Fantasy Hall of Fame inductee. It's my turn this week. I have inducted Matt Forte. His rookie year was our league's first year in 2008. He played in all 16 games that season with 1,238 rushing yards, another 477 receiving, 12 total touchdowns, and that was just the start. He was always solid, drafted in the second round, number 44 overall out of Tulane. He played 10 seasons, the last 2 in New York with the Jets, but the first 8 in Chicago is where he became a household fantasy name. Only missed 8 games in 8 years, 102 receptions in 2014. That season, Forte had over 1,800 all-purpose yards, 2-time Pro Bowler, Pro Football Writers of America All-Rookie Team, a 2-time All-Conference USA in 2005 and 2007, one of the 100 greatest Bears of all time. He was just criminally underrated, always underdrafted in fantasy leagues. 9,766 career rushing yards, 65 total touchdowns, 554 career receptions, 4,672 receiving yards. The Bears never had much, but they always had Forte. Nick had to leave a little early. So thanks for listening, everybody. We'll be back next week, and good luck out there.